Everything is wonderful. Being here is heavenly. Every single day she sends. Everything is free.
Alright, so now I'll give you a quick overview of our video wall products. Here we have a 2x2 that is comprised of four 46-inch super narrow bezel LCD panels. Now, super narrow bezel refers to the fact that the image-to-image gap with these screens is only 7.3 millimeters, which actually used to be lowest in the industry, but is soon to be surpassed by our 55-inch set that we'll be getting soon, which will have a 5.7 millimeter image-to-image gap. I'll come back to that later. So generally, any video wall is comprised of two or more flat panel displays that are integrated into one display component, either by daisy chaining or matrix switching. So daisy chaining simply means that the cabling will simply go DVI out to DVI in, DVI out to DVI in, and DVI out to DVI in. And this will connect all the screens on the same source and allow you to expand a single image or video across all of the panels which comprise the video wall. Now, with our serial interface control protocol or our free software, one can assign an input to a single panel or stretch it out over the whole video wall, as I previously mentioned. Another feature of video walls is that with third-party processing, one can assign inputs to sections of screens or even drag them across multiple screens. So there's a number of third-party processing companies that do this, and it's perfect for control room applications, design centers, military applications, and things like that. Now, back to this particular display. This is a 450 nit version of our 46-inch super narrow bezel, which is actually a relatively low brightness for a video wall. Still, in a setting such as this with little to no ambient lighting, it's more than sufficient. Our sort of standard super narrow bezel video wall set is 700 nit, which is sort of the industry standard for LCD video walls. Now, back to that 55-inch. Picture, if you will, this 46-inch panel expanded to 55 inches and the bezel shrunk ever so slightly. There's simply more display area and less of it obstructed by mullion or bezel. The 55-inch will also be LED backlit, a full array of LED backlighting, in contrast to the LED edge-lit consumer panels we're also familiar with. This provides higher brightness with lower power consumption, wider whites. There's a number of benefits to LEDs. They're more green, if you will, no heavy metals used in their manufacture. And so this 55-inch LED backlit set stands in contrast to our standard sets at the moment, which are CCFL, cold cathode fluorescent lamp, similar to any fluorescent lighting you'll see in an office. Those are the backlighting lamps that drive these liquid crystals to produce the color that you see. So back to video walls in general. This particular video wall is set up, mounted on our own sort of makeshift structure. Normally, these supporting frames will consist of 2x4s or some kind of modular metal frame like unistrut. And the backs of these sets, which actually are seated in our slide bracket housing, have mounting positions that are compatible with almost any type of reinforcement frame. So it makes it really easy on general contractors, even those who have no experience in installing video walls. We actually installed a 3x3 at a benefit dinner in San Francisco, and the contractor who did the reinforcement frame for us had zero experience in display, and it was flawless. We went in there and installed the sets, and there were no alignment issues. And that's another point I'll get to. I'm a little all over the place today, but bear with me. Now, the alignment is extremely important when you get into these super narrow and ultra narrow video walls. The slightest tolerance, the slightest misstep in constructing the frame will result in backlighting leaking through these bezels, and you'll get little distracting white bits of light. Now, other mounting solutions that are common in the industry, such as a swivel arm mount or reticulating mounts, I believe, no. Oh, well, anyway, that's beside the point. Most other mounts in the industry give you a hard time when you're trying to line up the bezels. And our slide mounts make this alignment extremely easy. If the reinforcement frame, if the slide brackets are affixed to the reinforcement frame in a correct manner, then alignment is a no-brainer. Once you put the panel into the mounts, it should be already aligned for you. Also, another benefit to our slide bracket frame is each bracket will be mounted on 2x4 or Unistrut or what have you, and not subject to the same effects of gravity as some of these other mounting solutions, such as the swivel arm mount. Now, a swivel arm may give you increased access to the back end of a panel for repair and replacement, but once you've done that, realignment is a pain in the neck, believe me. And at this moment, I'd actually like to address our slide bracket mounting system.